everybody. It's Friday. It's 5 o'clock. Woo!
Oh my gosh, you have way more energy than me, but I think that's because you're like 4 hours less into your day.
Listen, this is just the adrenaline that comes with that stupid intro. I'm just like, I don't know what it does, but that song. And if anybody could see us behind the scenes, if you've ever been in a StreamYard, you could see Rachelle and I both dancing. Like we're both like rocking out to the theme song. Like it's also Carly Spina, where are you? We hope you're okay. Please log in. Like
she's in the back. I'm messaging her. There was a different link or something, so I'm going to send her the link right now. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So no worries. Thank you messaging and the power of technology for resolving. I think that happened one other time too. Or, when you have a meeting with somebody and like you don't realize that Gmail automatically puts that Google Meet in and you think that you take it out, but then it sneaks it back in there and then you're in a Google Meet and the other person's in a Zoom and you're like, where is everybody?
Such is a Friday. But no, we will correct it in just a second. But it is Friday. We are so glad you're here with us. We have an amazing guest coming up. We have FETC right around the corner. I am leaving on Sunday night at like midnight. When are you flying out?
That reminds me, I was talking to Rachelle, who works with Kai's client, does augmented virtual reality, and they're coming from New Zealand. And they actually left when I talked to her 2 days ago. They were leaving there Friday, and oh my God, Ben Bernard. Hey,
I don't know.
I was reading the name. What's that?
You said ghosts from the past.
I know. Well, I graduated, went to grade school with Ben Rudnock. But when I talked to this Rachelle, like they were leaving on Friday, and they had a flight that was like 12 hours to, I forget if they were stopping in LA and then to Houston and then a big layover in Houston and then into Orlando. So they weren't actually getting into Orlando until Sunday. And I said to her, I was telling her about you. And I said, I feel kind of guilty when that happens because 2 years ago when my friend Melody and a group of us went to Nashville, I remember driving to the airport. Mel had already left her house in Alaska and I had the whole day in Nashville and extra hours and she still wasn't there until like 2 a.m. So travel does take a lot. I'm coming, unfortunately, I'm not going to be there as long this year. I usually get to go for the 4 days, but I had a flight to come in on Tuesday night, but they made it earlier and I just can't, miss school. Like I wouldn't see the students all week. So I'm coming early Wednesday morning, like really early, and then leaving Friday night. So it'll be good to see you. I haven't seen you in two years. I haven't seen Jamie Donnelly in 2 years, and to be at FETC in person, which is a fantastic conference. I'm really, really looking forward to it. So,
and our guest is, she's going to be in some conferences too, I know. And I think like, she's like starting to keynote and stuff. I don't know. I could be wrong.
That's awesome.
And I'm looking forward to it. Yes. Traveling from Alaska is not for the faint of heart. It takes a whole day to get anywhere and sometimes even longer than that. And yeah, and I don't even get to go anywhere first class because I am poor, but I am still blessed. So we have an amazing guest coming up. She is a friend to many. She is an advocate. She is a fellow EduMatch author. So go team, because that's so wonderful. And I don't know, I've been following her for just a little while, like a couple of years, like before she was an EduMatch author. And I thought she was really cool then. She makes really amazing resources and she shares, and I think she changed blogs, but we're going to share her blog. And then she came out with this amazing book. And like, if you don't know who we're bringing up, I hope that you know now. We're going to bring up, are you ready to bring our guest up, Rachelle? Yes. Carly Spina, how are you?
Hi, friends. I'm so excited. I am so pumped. This has been on my calendar for weeks. I'm like, I get to party with the two party queens.
Party queens. She's more of a party queen than me.
Yes, here she is.
Oh
I know. I'm so sorry about the mix-up of the link. It was probably my fault, but I think it was really Rachelle's fault. But I don't know. It probably was my fault.
No worries at all. It's all good. It's Friday. We're all here.
And you know what? Congratulations on multilingual education. Like, no, I just was reading your banner and I totally messed that up. Congratulations on your new book. It really is Friday, guys. I've been up to like I don't even have brain cells left. But tell us about your week, Carly, and then we're going to talk about your book.
Yes. So I've had a really good week. Been working with a lot of different districts here in Illinois, and having all kinds of fun talking about supporting, teachers and leaders and coaches and really everybody, with serving our multilingual students and families and programming and all that good stuff. So I've had a really good week. Super glad that it's the weekend. I'm like ready to have a nice weekend, a nice few days to relax.
So you're in the Midwest. I love that. You're in Illinois. I'm from the Midwest. What do you do to relax on the weekends?
So can't really go outside a whole lot, although it is a little warmer here in the Chicago area than it is by you. But I guess my idea of relaxing these days is I finally started to get into like some Netflix shows. I've never been a TV person. And so one of my New Year's resolutions, it's so funny. I feel like people are always like, oh, I want to watch less TV. And I'm like, I actually want to watch more TV because I am so disconnected from the world. Like I live under a rock and people will be like, oh, have you seen this? And I'm like, no, I'm really uninteresting. So starting to have some shows now. So I'm excited for that.
So Cobra Kai?
Have not got into Cobra Kai. I just started the second season of Cheer. So I'm really excited about that on Netflix. And then I finished the Amazon movie, Becoming the Ricardos with Lucille Ball, like the story. It was so good.
That was good.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
That was like they were before their time.
Yes. Well, it was so interesting. It was cool to watch that because at the same time I was reading a biography of Marilyn Monroe and these two huge women, right, at that time and how they were treated, by their industry and by the world. It was just, it was remarkable to watch and see their experiences.
And now look at us three women. We're huge women. I am especially huge, but
you are like big in my heart.
Yes. Yes. I don't mind being large and in charge is all I'm saying. And Dr. Michael Harvey says, I know Rachelle's always like, how do I navigate this one? Yellow Jackets. I need to get into that. And it's funny that you say that because Rachelle always talks. She wasn't a TV person either. And she started watching The Office. And so that was a gateway into.
Yeah. I had never watched Netflix ever until 2020. And I think the first show that I got back into was The Blacklist, which was a show that I had watched on TV when it first started. And then I didn't watch TV for like 3 years. I never saw Netflix. And then I was at my parents visiting and I was like, I guess maybe I'll give this a go, and started with Netflix. And then that's when they were like, The Office is going to be on and you have to watch it by December something or other. And I like binge watched The Office. And then Schitt's Creek I never watched either. So there were so many, but then I actually haven't watched anything on Netflix for the last 4 months, but there were a couple different series that I got into, and Money Heist, which is filmed in Spain and they have voiceovers, fantastic. And I've been watching Undercover. And then there were a couple shows that were filmed in Australia that were really, really good. And I can't think of the name of the one. Oh, Wanted. And it's two women, just, they get involved in this, crime. They're not responsible for the crime, but they're just in the wrong place at the wrong time to see a crime happen. It was just really, really good. So there've been a lot. Kim's Convenience Store, I think, or Kim's Convenience or something like that. There's some really good ones out there. So
yeah,
I don't know, but
sure are.
It was Mel's fault. I can't talk.
Okay.
I'm done. Mel's fault.
I am so sorry. Like, Carly, I completely butchered our intro. Like, my brain was just in a bad, like, it was just like not working, I guess. But I got to be there when you like let your book come out, and tell us a little bit about that. And we'll put the link out. It's on the ticker on the bottom. But tell us about Moving Beyond for Multilingual Learners.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for this book. It was, for years. So I've served in this type of space for 15 years. And I always felt frustrated with the lack of books that were like just real about serving our students and families, and with that multilingual lens in particular. And so I started to, put down some thoughts onto paper or on a computer screen. And I was so excited that it all kind of came out the way it did. So the book is called Moving Beyond because I'm trying to push my own thinking and encourage everyone to reflect on their own thinking and how we serve students, especially this student group who have been historically underserved in our schools. And so every chapter kind of talks about a different facet of the role of an EL or bilingual or dual language educator. And so every chapter starts with beyond something. So I have a chapter on family engagement for multilingual families, and it's called Beyond the Newsletter. So pushing ourselves, okay, beyond just connecting through a newsletter, what are we doing to actively engage the families that we serve? And yeah, so I was really wanting to make sure this was like an accessible book, and it felt like more of a conversation rather than like a prescription or a how-to. So, right. And I always give this example of, when I was pregnant with my son, my mom handed me a book called What to Expect When You're Expecting. And it was huge. And I was super young, and I was like just so overwhelmed, and the language felt like up here. And I was like, I'm just going to fail at this because I don't understand any of this. And I don't know what's going to happen. And then a few weeks later, she gave me a different book, and it was like The Girlfriend's Guide to Pregnancy or something like that. But it was just, it felt so much more comfortable. It felt like I was able to connect, and it brought me comfort. Like, okay, you can do this. You can handle this. Like, you don't have to have all the answers. And so when I was writing this book, I really wanted to keep that type of vibe throughout the book and through each chapter.
That's awesome. And that's what I love about you. That you find a way to talk about like some hard topics, but without making people feel guilty or that they're the blame. You're just like, hey, let's learn together. Let's push ourselves. Like let's be accountable for our learning and our actions, but you do in a way that is welcoming. So I'm looking forward to reading your book. And I just love that you can be so lighthearted and you're probably one of the only people that ever likes my contouring posts.
Oh, I love your contouring posts.
I love you. And then, but also we can talk about, DEI or anything. Like you're just so amazing. I was so excited that you are on today, and I just can't believe it almost missed the opportunity because I put the wrong link. I'm sure it was my fault. But anyways, how has the response been for your book?
Oh my goodness. I've been really so excited. It feels like I have like a pinch me moment. Anytime someone posts or sends me a message, I've gotten just the sweetest, kindest emails of folks who are saying like, thank you. This reinvigorated my spark. I know we talk a lot right now about the demoralization and the and the feelings of overwhelm that so many educators are feeling. And it's hard to, like we have the overwhelm of the job during the job. And then we come home and we see our social media feeds full of like just this almost like hatred and just awful things that people are saying about educators. And so when she said, when I received an email that said like, you're helping me to reignite my spark, it kind of took my breath away, because writing the book was really therapeutic for me. And I was also super like vulnerable about sharing some like things that I have done wrong over the years. And also some personal stories of like my life kind of outside of the classroom and how my classroom life impacted the rest of my life. And it's scary to put something out there like that. But the response has been really warm, and I'm just so thankful.
It sounds like something it resonates with most of us. Yeah. And you know, the courage that you have, not everybody can do that. So it's pretty amazing. And it's okay, because not everybody should do it. But, you know, you put it out there, and I know that it's going to resonate with me when I read it. I have, you know, learned so much trial by fire, and putting it out there for others to learn through is something that not everybody can do. So congratulations for doing it. And I am one of those readers that looks forward to it. So when we talk about like your blog and stuff, I know you keep up with it. You are able to also through your blog, because you've been writing for a long time. You've been sharing resources for a long time. And I'm going to put this on the ticker, moving beyond forms at blogspot.com. So what are some things that you like to write about on a regular basis?
So I love when, I love sharing resources and tools that teachers can use like now. I'm always online. I'm always on, you know, social media, like collecting all the greatness that other people are putting out. So I do like to highlight, you know, the great tools that they're sharing and that they're creating, so that it can kind of just continue to reach more and more people. But I write a lot of personal, you know, connections of like, again, those feelings of like when we're advocating, if we're serving in our spaces as change agents and as advocates, it can be a really exhausting role. And many times in schools and districts, there's only one English learner or bilingual or dual language teacher. And it can be really isolating, and it can feel like you're on an island. And that kind of feeling of saying like, well, if I don't bring this up in the meeting, no one else will. It's a lot to carry with you. And you have a lot of guilt. Like I struggled with guilt, and I still struggle with guilt of I should have said this, or I should have worded it this way, or I should have made sure that I pushed a little harder. And so I want to write pieces that will connect with people, but also encourage them, because it is an ongoing, you know, it's an ongoing conversation. It's a journey. It's not something that we can say like, okay, now I did it. Like now my school is much more equitable in serving our students. It's definitely a journey, and it takes a lot of moments of vulnerability. It takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of rest too. And we don't talk about that enough, of, you know, asking for help and asking for allyship of your colleagues. That took me a really long time to like be brave enough to say, you know, I really need some backup in this next meeting, or I really would love, you know, to have another colleague ask this question alongside me next week. But the more the more I can share that type of message that like, you know, it's good to ask for help. It's good to rest. It's good to pause, because this work is difficult.
Yes. And there's a lot of changes you know, for this past year for you. You're in a new role. You're serving a larger amount of students and families. Your first book is being published, but some things are coming. I've heard that there are some new projects coming along. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, I've got a few new projects in the works. I'm so excited about. I can't believe I get to like have conversations with folks from everywhere and like just feed off of all their brilliance and goodness. Dr. Denise Furlong is another EduMatch author, and she and I are working on a study right now about professional learning during the pandemic. And we're taking that study. We're working on a chapter for an upcoming book. So we're really excited about that. And then we're also presenting at a few conferences coming up. So we're just so jazzed. We got a lot of great feedback from participants, and the writing is going. And it's such a different style of writing that I'm not used to. It's so outside my comfort zone. So I just really appreciate Denise, because she's just so like, it's fine. We'll do this together. We're going to learn this process together. She's just very encouraging. So very thankful for her.
That is so cool. How did you guys get hooked up together?
Well, we were connected on Twitter for a while. And then when she was getting ready to release her book, which is outstanding, I have it right here. Voices of Newcomers is Denise's book. It's fantastic. When she was reaching out, getting a feedback group, I was lucky enough to be a part of it. So so we connected online and our friendship has grown from there. So
That's so
so
cool.
wonderful. Yeah.
Do you have a book of yours to show as well?
Yes, I do. It's right here. I was so excited that we were able to put pink on it because I'm always in pink. I'm not tonight, but I'm usually in pink.
I actually considered putting pink on today for you. I didn't have any pink for today. So yeah. Rachelle, what's going on with you?
What do you mean?
I
had a bunch of questions, but you guys you had the conversation going, so I didn't want to interrupt. So
what are some of your questions?
And I was just, I don't even remember now at this point because they were a while ago. But I was gonna say, for one thing, with your book, like as a language teacher, like the terminology for things changes, right? Like as we've seen in education, especially in the last 2 years, I identify like people on their profiles, for example, will write, she and her, or he and his, or they and their. Different acronyms and things are coming up. And so as a language teacher for years, I mean, it was ESL is what it was. It was English as a second language. And then it was ELL, was English language learners. And, I went by those because that's what the terminology was, what people were using. And then it wasn't until, and I might be mixing because I've had so many different conversations, but Dan Kreiness and I had been doing the Devil's Advocate podcast, and we had Ken Shelton on at one point. And I'm pretty sure, and I can't remember if this was during our like pre-talk or during the actual episode. So I'm going to have to go back. And if I'm wrong, Dan or Ken, you can tell me. But it pushed me to think about it in a different way because I never thought that saying like ESL or ELL was like, incorrect or that there was anything negative about it. Yeah. But then talking with Ken and listen, more so listening than, as I was saying, they're like, what are you thinking? And it was about this, like this deficit thinking where it's like, they don't have this skill and they're behind, but it's not what it is. I mean, they have a language, they're adding on another language. And so I had never thought of it that way. And I know that in your book, you have, this whole, like the flow of it. And hopefully I don't get it wrong. You have like beyond like the newsletters and beyond this and all of that. And I love that you have this breakdown for anybody who might be thinking like I was like, oh, it's ESL or ELL, or I teach science or I teach whatever course is, and I don't need to know this, but it doesn't necessarily apply to me, or I don't need to know as much about it because we might have an ESL, ELL, however you refer to a teacher in your school, because some schools still call it an ESL teacher or an EL teacher. And I love that you have created this resource for anybody to use, pick it up, to read it. And even like some of my books, like you don't have to read from start to finish, like look through the table of contents and find something and see how it resonates with you, and then put that into practice, or even just use it for thinking. And I just, for years, even myself, I thought, well, we have somebody that works with those students. And then when I got my master's, I had to learn more about like, strategies and all of these things. So we're continuing to learn and grow. And I love that people are putting out what they're doing, the work that they're doing, especially in these areas for multilingual learners, and, looking forward to learning more from you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. So much. Denise, I don't know if you saw this, but I sent you a link for our game, which is just, it's funny because Rachelle just had like the perfect segue. She was like this or that. And I'm like, so Denise, look in your Twitter. I sent you a link if you want to join us. That would be so cool. Are you guys ready to play a game?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. All right. Well, I usually ask if your choice, but I made a decision. I made an executive decision today because I found some really juicy questions that are hopefully a little provocative. Denise, come on. If Denise comes on, Rachelle, and I'm not looking at the screen, bring her on up. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Yes. And for those people who are watching, feel free, please, especially if you're Rachelle's mom, please let us know your answers. We love it when you play along. Okay, this or that. These are supposed to be hard, this or that questions. We'll start with, okay, would you rather, or no, it's not would you rather, it's this or that. Smartest person in the world or richest person in the world? Smartest or richest?
Smartest.
Richest.
I might say richest because I don't want to be the smartest. I want to keep learning.
Know. Yeah, I know, but
We have love for kids.
when I chose that answer in my mind, I was thinking, well, if I want to be the smartest, I have to I have to keep learning.
Yes, yes.
So that was my thinking.
Marianne.
Although being rich wouldn't be bad.
Yes. Oh man, Denise, I'm so sorry, but still play along. The link is not working. We are having trouble with the link tonight. Okay. Oh, this is really a horrible question to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Gosh, don't ask it.
Horrible. I've actually thought about this question before. A lot of times, actually. Save 100 strangers or one loved one.
Oh my gosh.
That is a terrible question. I'm sorry,
gosh,
I can't hear. I just lost connection.
I don't think I can answer that.
How about they're all together in the same place, so you save the 100 who collectively are helping you save that loved one?
Well, I wish we lived in that kind of a world, Rachelle, but that's just
We do. I just made it up.
I'm in Rachelle's world too. I agree. That's my.
I just want to say you don't have to answer it, but it is funny because it's so horrible, isn't it?
It's so horrible.
Yep.
All right, ready? This one's not so good. See the future or change the past.
Ooh.
Change the past.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to see the future. Like
I don't want to see the future.
I'd want to be surprised, see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Marianne. Plead the fifth.
Is that what she said?
I think she was talking about the last one that she didn't want to answer either.
Oh,
but yes,
gotcha.
Change the past because we already know. Like, do you guys like my microphone?
I do.
You know that? Like, I feel like this is gonna be my game time mic.
I love it. I love it.
I feel like changing the past is better because if I knew like some of the stuff that I don't want to know in the future, like I don't want to know what happens, like because I will just get under my covers and never come out because I know some of it's just going to be, it's a horrible question.
Yeah, it was.
Thanks, Doc. These are hard, I said. Okay, time machine or magic wand?
Magic wand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was a tough one, but I'm going magic wand.
Magic wand all the way. I could be Tinkerbell.
Shoot, poof. Yep. I could be like curvy and not quite as bumpy. Marianne says wand as well. Look, we're all, yes. Look at us. We are such smart, wonderful women. We've got it. Yes. Yes, Doc. All right, here we go. Okay. This is a weird one. Sight or sound?
Ooh. That's a hard one.
That is.
Sight.
I think I would lean sight also.
Oh no, but then you couldn't listen to music.
You could feel the music and to be about it. Yeah. I know. I was thinking about music too, and I was like, oh, I like to listen to music and podcasts and Melody singing "Happy Birthday."
And then I couldn't do my makeup. Music.
Oh, you could do your makeup.
Make it really creative.
Reading. Okay, that sold me. Yeah. I love music, but I could not do without reading. Literally, if I could not read another Harlequin romance, I don't know what I would do with myself.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's good for you.
By the way, that book you sent me, Rachelle, it was so hot. It was one of the hottest books I ever, like steaming hot. I was like, oh my God, it was so good. I'm so glad I read it last weekend and I didn't put it down. Okay. Ooh, this is hard. But I know what I'm going to say. Logic or emotion?
Ooh, logic.
Emotion.
I mean, that's kind of tough.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I'm so heavy on emotion. I feel like I should choose logic. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because I think about how many decisions we made just like out of an emotional state without the thought process.
Yes.
So the logic. Yeah.
I'm with you, Doc. Emotion for me. Like, yeah, I couldn't be Melody without my emotion. Like, who needs my logic? Nobody needs my logic. All right. Oh, this is a big one.
Uh-oh.
Words or actions?
Oh, actions.
Actions.
Okay, I'll go with you two. Actions.
You don't have to go with us. You're
I
right.
know.
You've read a million books.
I know, but maybe because actions, maybe that'll get me up and moving more instead of just
You are a
talking and
mover.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you're always moving. But you know what? It's all right. You be you. Actions. Yes. Okay. Moving on. Are you liking these questions?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, because I don't even have to answer this one because everybody already knows what I'm gonna push. Oh God, I wish I hadn't said that. Okay. Passion or stability?
Passion.
Yeah. Ditto.
You got to have
Yes.
fire. You got to have some fire and some pizzazz
Yes.
and sparkle. You know, you got to
Mhm.
have something.
Yes. Give me some passion.
Yes.
I'm missing some passion. That's why, okay, it's TMI. Okay. Predictability. These are just kind of getting redundant. Predictability or excitement. Same thing.
Excitement. Yeah.
Okay. Stability depending on your age. I thought about that, Marianne, but maybe, I don't know. Yeah, love the sparkle, the passion. All right, this one's a little bit hard, ladies. Money or love?
Love.
Money!
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
She knew.
With enough money, I'll love anybody, is what I'm saying.
I can't even answer after that one because it would take away from it. So I'm just gonna go. Yep, and just go.
Marianne and Doc. Okay. All right. Poor and happy or rich and miserable?
Poor and happy.
Poor and happy.
Yes. Hello. Yes. I'm pretty sure I want to be rich and miserable. I already know what poor and happy feels like. So I want something new.
I'm pretty sure I have like a little kitchen towel somewhere in my house that says something like, I know I was supposed to be a billionaire. I would be just great at it.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
that's perfect.
Yeah, I know. Denise, Denise and I need to we need to get together. Poor. All right. Yes. Look at you big hearted ladies. Okay. Are you want to keep going? I haven't even looked at the time. Can we keep going?
Yeah, do a couple more.
This is a hard one, and I'm not even sure what I want to answer.
Okay.
Intense pain for 10 minutes or dull pain for 1 day?
10 minutes.
I have a very high pain tolerance, so I'm going with the 10 minutes.
Oh my God. Yeah. I've delivered so many babies. I think I could probably put up 10 minutes of really terrible. I think
you'd be okay.
Yeah. I've had a kidney stone for like 24 hours of pain. So, okay. Yeah. 10 minutes. We can do that. Totally.
You can.
Yep. Oh my gosh. This is a horrible one. I need to totally ask.
Don't know.
Yes. These are supposed to be hard. Misunderstood after death or forgotten after death?
Oh, that's a downer.
I'd rather be forgotten than misunderstood. Then that's forever.
I mean, that one just creeps me out. When I think about that.
It is so creepy, isn't it? It's horrible.
Really
yeah. I can't answer that one.
I would rather be misunderstood. I want to be remembered, even if it's for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
I don't. This is where Denise and I are the same opinion. Okay. All right. I'll try to pick up. Okay. This is really hard, but it's not horrible. Okay.
Okay.
Apathy or obsession?
Oh. Not apathy.
I'm going with apathy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going with apathy because I know what obsession is like and I hate it.
Yeah, but apathy too. I mean, just like qualify it. Does that mean like apathy in work, apathy in like family life? I mean, just apathy across the board with everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, see, and
obsession,
that
like a workaholic.
obsession. Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. I always think of obsession as like, I always respond to like as I'm obsessed when someone does something awesome, or so I always associate that word as a positive. But you're right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Wait a
ways that
minute.
could go bad.
You
Mhm.
you think of obsession as a positive?
I do, because I'm like
Can
obsessed with
be.
pink, and I'm obsessed with shopping, and I love shoes, and
I would probably be so skinny if I was apathetic. That just came to me. Like I could use a little apathy in my life for F's sake. Okay. So I have a little too much obsession in my life. Oh, now this one is hard. This one is hard.
is it horrible?
Yeah, I know.
This is not horrible, but it's hard.
Okay.
Cherished or respected?
It depends.
Yeah.
You can only pick one, and it's this or that.
Hmm.
I think I want to be cherished.
I think so too.
What did my mom say?
I don't
She
know.
didn't answer.
Oh, that's what
'Cause,
funny.
like,
Denise, she says obsession is positive for her too, y'all.
I'm thinking like, cherished is great, but if somebody, cherishes you, but they don't respect you at all,
Yeah.
I don't know. Although I don't know how somebody could cherish you but not respect you, because like that has to be part of it, right? Oh wait, and that's what Denise just said too.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it really includes
Yeah.
it but I don't know. But I'd rather be cherished. Respect me when I'm dead.
Unless they forget you or
Yeah,
misunderstand you.
Oh, okay. This is a good one. Skill or popularity?
Skill.
Popularity. Yes! Come on, guys. Let's get real.
You are too much. Too much.
What is the time? How many more do you want me to ask? I don't even know. Are we? Marianne
One or
says
two more.
skill. Look at you guys. You're so what's the word? Smart. Okay. You're so logical. Okay. Ooh. I don't like this one. It says hero or anti-hero. What if I said protagonist or antagonist?
Protagonist.
I want to be the antagonist, because if it's anything like Cobra Kai, you could be either or. So I'm going to say antagonist.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
This last season.
I might take that. I might take antagonist.
Yes, look at you playing it not safe.
Well, just because I like to play like the opposite. You know what I mean? Like that's just my nature a little bit.
Okay, well, I like that. All right. Yes, protagonist. Denise, I'm not surprised. Okay, I'm making this one up off the top of my head. Netflix or Amazon when it comes to streaming?
Netflix.
I finally stopped calling it the Netflix. My kids would laugh at me. They're like, "You're so old. Why do you call it the Netflix?" And so now I broke my habit. So
I feel like Rachelle earlier said, when she was talking about her Netflix, she said, I had never seen a Netflix.
Well, then I said and not the.
Yeah.
A Netflix.
Right. Okay. So all right. And then also Apple TV or Disney Plus?
Disney Plus.
I have no familiarity with either one of those. The Apple or the Disney.
Right? I'm going to choose the Apple.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
There's all the Marvel stuff. All the Marvel stuff.
What about Coach Lasso? Have you seen Coach Lasso?
Nope.
I can't wait. Coach Lasso. Okay. Oh my gosh. What was that one show that got me onto Netflix? It was Tiger King.
That Tiger King.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What is another terrible one out there? Infamous. Oh my gosh, that would have been so good if I could think of it. Okay, I'm gonna choose one really horrible last question.
And done a horrible one.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, gonna make it a really bad one. I don't want to end on a bad note. That would just
And
be
on a happy
awkward for
one.
everybody.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna ask that one. That's just horrible.
Thank
Okay,
you.
good.
Okay. Okay. I can't even, I have to keep it on the screen. Okay, so this is the last one. Make it good. Try to make me laugh, and then you win. Massive success by accident or modest success on purpose. I'll say it again. Massive success by accident or modest success on purpose.
I like the accident. Like I am the person who bumps into stuff. I fall walking up the stairs. I love the beautiful mess aspect. So I'm going that route.
Like a beautiful ass? Is that what you just said? You're like a beautiful what?
Beautiful accident.
Oh, okay. All right. Life's too short for modesty. I'm going with a massive accident of everything. I love it. What do you say, Rachelle?
I say the second one.
Modest success. Wait, what the heck?
Yeah.
Modest success on purpose. All right.
Yeah.
Massive success by accident. I'm the massive success, Carly. Okay. All right. And Denise is also modest, but she's still playing the lottery, right? I like that. That's a good game plan. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today. Carly, thanks for being an amazing guest, and congratulations on all the success in your life. It's wonderful. I always ask our guests this, and I mean this for Rachelle too, because I talk way too much. So I want to give her another opportunity to talk. But do you all have any last words that you'd like to share before we say goodbye?
I'll say rest hard. Like you work hard, you play hard, rest hard every day. As much as you can, rest hard.
Yeah. Because it's like, this is the tough time of year coming up, because heading into the spring and testing and who knows what else, but it's been an exhausting week. So I agree with what you said. So
I love
like
it.
that.
I love it. I can't wait to see you in person next week, Rachelle and Carly. Stick around. Don't leave. We have to take pictures, and everybody else will see you again. I don't know when.
I'll see, because on Monday night I have, let's see, myself and 5 others who contributed stories to my new book, Things I Wish ... new. So we're doing that on Monday night at 7. And then next week we're at FETC, so we're not there. And then we have somebody lined up for Monday, Rich Chiz, who's the author of 4 O'Clock Faculty and some other books. He has another book coming out, so he'll be here on January 31st. And then we'll see who we have back on in the first Friday in February.
All
To be determined. It's a secret. So we'll be around. We'll see y'all.
Yes, everybody rest hard, get that rest, and we'll see you again some other time if you're lucky.